this is Dustin with Home Mender, and today we are going to be pulling out a broken ceramic tile and replacing it. Not as hard as you'd think. Let's get to it. So we're going to take our brick chisel and hammer and just break out the tile. I like to keep my eyes closed when I do it. That way you don't have to wear any goggles. And when you get to the adjoining tile, you want to be careful not to break the tile next to it. You know, if I didn't want to break this tile, it would have broke. Once you've got some good breaks in it, you can use a pry bar to lift the tile out of place. Now it looks like some jerk is tiled over sheet vinyl. So we're going to need to cut that vinyl out so it's at least sticking to wood. You may have backer board, which is the best choice, but we're going to make do with what we have here. We're going to pull up this vinyl so at least our new tile has something to stick to. You never want to put ceramic tile over sheet vinyl. Alright, I'm just pulling my old glue off of this vinyl. You may have it stuck down to your real floor if it's done correctly. So just use a scraper and a hammer and just chip it off. Now use the scraper to pull the grout off the old tile. Nice and gentle. Once all your grout's free, let's get this mess cleaned up. Alright, so you may notice that this looks a little different than it did the last time you saw it. We had a bit of wood rot in here, had to get into a little bit of a subfloor repair, which will be for another video. This is a simple how to replace a tile video. So let's get back to it. Now we're going to dry fit our piece after our area is cleaned up. Alright, that one's looking good. And now we've got one to cut that butts up to the door. We're going to measure from the door over to the tile. Make sure you leave room for your 1/4 inch gap for the grout. This is 1/4 inch. You might have less, so just make the adjustments as needed. Now we're going to mark our tile. I like to mark both edges. Now we're going to use our $20 tile cutter here. Lining it up. Now we can dry fit our cut piece. That's going to work out nicely. Now we're going to mix up some speed set. It says it's ready for grout in 2 hours and ready for traffic in 6 hours. So this is great for a speedy repair. We're going to mix this up with some water and get it ready to apply. I wonder if this shirt has the BO. I look down, I'm like, I'm good. Are you filming that? Alright, we have our thin set mortar mixed up. It's about the consistency of like cake icing. I don't know. And we're going to use our 1/4 inch trowel, notched trowel. And we're going to spread our thin set with our trowel at a 45-degree angle so we can leave little tracks. This is going to help the tile grab. Now I have a low spot in the back. I'm going to apply a little more mortar to that section. Once you've applied your thin set, we're ready to set the tile. Fit it into place. Some people like to use a rubber mallet to get these things set. You don't want any air pockets behind it, but I like to fist it. And now our cut tile with the cut side to the wall. Little mess cleanup. Now our thin set came through the joints in the tile, but I don't want it to dry like that because I'll just have to chip it out later. So I'm going to take a pencil and just make sure that my glue is set down lower than the grout line. We need to be able to have the grout flow into it. Alright, it's been about 2 hours. We got our thin set hardened, ready to go. Tile is ready to grout. Got our grout mixed up. Be sure to match your grout color. Nothing worse than a tacky grout repair job that's not the same. We're gonna place it next to the cracks here that need to be filled. I like to do it like this because it's a little cleaner and you got less wiping at the end. Fan it back and forth. Pick up the excess grout. Now we're going to use our grout float and make sure all the joints are filled. Now we're going to take a bucket of clean water and we're going to use a sponge and we're going to wipe off the excess grout. Much easier to wipe it, turn the sponge over, wipe it again, and then rinse. Since black never seems to come up, we're going to use a dry towel to get the rest of this up. And done. So that's it. No more cracked tile. And after that grout dries, we're ready to do the Mexican hat dance on it. If you're not Hispanic, feel free to do the Carlton or Roger Rabbit or whatever you choose. So for Home Mender Inc., this is Dustin. I hope you learned something today, and if you did, don't forget to click subscribe. Thanks for watching.